turn it all into want. Want that little girl so much. She simply is.
Jesus Christ, can you imagine being that strong?
Ooh, bacon.
Hello, my delicious strips of bacon with just the right amount of cinnamon sprinkled on them right there at the end when they're nice and crispy. Anyway, welcome to my channel. It's Reverse BLT here, and we're about to get into the finale of the first season of The Wheel of Time, episode 8, appropriately entitled The Eye of the World, which of course was the title of the first book. I am super excited because a whole bunch of crazy shit should be about to go down, and I'm here for it. I don't know what they're going to do to top last episode's cold open, which is just probably the best they've done this season. Great to get, a really solid introduction to the Aiel in that incredibly badass scene. Imagine if one pregnant maiden of the spear could do all that. What are they going to be like as a force going forward? I'm looking forward to that. One thing that's interesting, this is neither here nor there, but folks were talking about, and I won't get into it for spoiler reasons, but they were talking about how that particular character should not have been redheaded. I look a lot at the images of her and when I was re-editing and all that other sort of thing, and I'm not entirely sure she was red-headed. I think she might have been what we in the United States refer to, and I'm assuming other Western countries do. I don't know how much further spread it is than that, but I think English-speaking Western countries have this concept, what we call a strawberry blonde, which is where also I think typically discusses reddish golden hair, which is where if someone, I don't want to get too deep into genetics here, but like if someone carries certain genes, basically red mixes with other genes, so that's where auburn comes from. It's like a mixture of the red hair gene with the brown hair gene, for instance. And strawberry blonde is, like the name implies, when you have someone who carries both red hair trait and blonde hair trait. I think she may have been strawberry blonde, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think if so, they basically were kind of messing with us a little bit by giving us this character who, if you knew, you could recognize it, but if you didn't know, you would just see the red hair and understand you're looking at an Aiel. So it was actually pretty smart casting, aside from just the fact that she was a badass stunt woman who could handle the choreography and the athleticism of that particular scene. Either way, it was incredibly well done. I loved it, and I'm really looking forward to what they do in this one, or if they're even going to try to top it. They might just be smart and say, you know what, that was great, we can't top that. But I can think of one thing they might be able to show us in the cold open of this particular episode that could blow us away even more than that one did, but we'll see. As we left the group, they basically split up again. Rand has come to the realization that he is in fact the Dragon Reborn, and has decided that he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt, so he went to Moiraine, and both of them are kind of similar in thought that way, because remember what Moiraine said, eyes to the eye, can't lie, right? Whoever goes to the Eye of the World with the dragon will die. That would include her. So she decided, I don't want anyone else to die. He decided, I don't want anyone else to die. So the two of them are going to go and leave everyone else behind. Of course, knowing how the others are, especially Lan and Nynaeve, they're not going to want to stay behind. So I imagine they're going to try to find some way to follow. That's pretty much it for where we are right now. Oh yes, and one thing that really bothered a lot of book fans, and I can understand why, was Moiraine sending a letter to the Red Ajah to hunt down Mat. I saw a lot of people interpreting that as her basically trying to get Mat killed. I don't think so. Remember where she was at that point. I do think she's been suspecting Rand a little bit for a while, but suspicion is not confirmation. And so that means that at least at the time that she sent that message, it was still possible for Matt to be the dragon. The Red Aja primarily spends most of his time looking for men who can channel and bringing them back for trial, which they're supposed to do anyway, or just gentling them in the field. That's why she sent the Red Aja after Matt, because she's afraid he could be the Dragon Reborn. And remember what she told Lan, she already knows what decision he would make if the Shadow offers him a place at its side. So her big thing is to try to prevent the worst outcome possible. And the absolute worst outcome possible would be if the dragon, who is absurdly powerful, guys, you have no idea yet how powerful this being will be, were to join the devil, basically. Can you imagine? That would be catastrophic. Anywho, let's go ahead and see what this episode has in store. I am super excited. I hope you guys are super excited too. And I look forward to talking about it in the comments with you guys later. Let's go. Sweet mother of Jeebus!
Inda.
Latra, iru.
Anneman holven inte krupa kona gielle la lassa.
Ja follinda des.
Ja follinda.
Oh!
Iru Diana. Shedrane nei du sind tar shedra. Kaurnu.
They even made a language for it. Oh, I love this.
Gemariso belaini.
De Valerie et samon. Luster and telemon. Aman sindai.
Punia tov giro latra posaidat sume. Amerling. Avronaitu.
Remixing a few things here, but I get it. Streamline some stuff. I love the look they've made for their culture. Oh, so they revealed it this early. I did not expect us to reveal this early. That was cool. That was cool. You guys, when I was reading the books and we got our first hint at what had become before, my jaw was on the ground. I went back and reread the entire chapter because I was like, wait, this is sci-fi? So it's both sci-fi and fantasy, and it's a really amazing way to blend the two together. This idea of the wheel, that it really is a circle with no end. The past is the future, is the present, and it's just this crazy concept. I love it.
Don't touch anything here. The blight is a rot, which spreads from the Dark One's prison and consumes everything in its path, including young men in way over their heads.
It's gonna be pretty hard not to touch anything.
I love him, Perrin.
And that's why I did not mind this love triangle. What makes a love triangle irritating is when it's a who will they choose kind of thing.
So do I.
People in real life do sometimes have feelings for other people
Are we all right?
are in a weird
We'll always be all right.
place between platonic and romantic love. That's natural, so I didn't mind it. Interesting sound design.
We're getting closer.
It made it seem like there were extra footprints
We can rest here.
footsteps besides their own.
For half an hour, no more.
It reminds me of the Swamps of Sadness from the
Was it
Neverending
hard?
Story.
What?
To leave him behind.
Here. Have some of that. You need to keep up your strength.
Always take note of when an Aes Sedai simply doesn't answer the question.
It wasn't you who I tracked. It was her. She has a teller. I can show you how.
You would let me go without you.
You bring him back.
You are a remarkable woman, Wisdom.
A wisdom never weds. But if I go to Tavalon, it maybe I'll be something other than a wisdom.
Also, fuck tradition.
I will hate the man you choose. Because he is not me. And I will love him if he makes you smile. You're as fierce as a warrior.
Relationship
You are
goals.
light as wisdom.
Yeah, it's already trying to get you.
What? What did you dream? Dreams have great meaning, especially here, so close to his touch.
It was the Dark One. He knows where we are. He's coming.
Alright, so still dreaming, I see.
So what's your plan, Luz Theron? You have one, right?
No, this is a dream.
Does it matter? Whether you're asleep or awake? Either way, here we are, finally
This
having
is
a
so great.
conversation once again. Sit down.
Even
It's
his
pathetic, you know.
insistence
Coming
on
from
calling
you
him
with
by
a
his
single eye
previous
to
name.
die at your side. The last time you came with 99 companions, far stronger than her, and still you failed.
This is a dream.
Stubborn as ever, Luz. Come, put down the sword. Let me tell you what those women never would about what it means to be the dragon.
This is a dream.
And it's cool how he has that accent. Makes sense.
What did you dream?
Pulled over from the
Dreams have great meaning, especially here, so close to his touch.
old tongue.
It was the Dark One.
What did he say to you?
I don't believe a word he said. What's our plan?
What did he say to you in the dream?
No, this is about you. You always have a plan within a plan within a plan. Don't try to convince me that for this you've got nothing.
I'll have to check, but I think they made the blight look like a
This is a Sa'angreal.
close-up
It was
scan
made before the
of
breaking of the
mold.
world. Created from the One Power itself. Thousands of male channelers put the entirety of their strength into this one small object. And when you channel
Oh,
into
okay.
it, it'll increase your power 100-fold.
Makes me wonder if something's going to be different at the eye. But I guess we'll see. I don't want to say too much.
And what do I do with that power?
You put him back where he belongs, where his touch can't reach the Earth for another 3,000 years.
Just that.
Ever since the day I channeled, I hear nothing.
That's interesting.
Do you hear anything?
I wonder if it's an indication of the block. That would make sense. Don't let your guard down.
Will you teach me how to channel?
I can't. Every time you touch the source, it'll take you closer and closer to the madness.
Do you think I care what happens to me after today?
When you face him, the fear, the adrenaline, you'll embrace the One Power whether you want to or not. When your life's on the line, the power will be there. And when it comes to you, you channel it into the Sa'angreal.
Hey, book fans, did you notice that thing on her belt? Hey guys, am I right? This is what like
Ajay,
mold looks like
you're
under a
gonna wanna
microscope, isn't it?
We need some answers.
Fancy a drink first?
It's not even noon yet.
You're the one in the bar.
What is it?
I like how they keep focusing on Moraine's back.
What is
really hammering home how Rand has to follow her.
Well, he knows we're coming.
But Egwene, the Perrin on
The only way to stop that army is to stop the Dark One himself.
And there are still more Trollocs pouring out of the Blight and gathering at the mouth of Tarwin's Gap.
I'd bloody skin them myself.
Yeah, you will, Uno. Badass mother effer.
For the city? Not yet.
Spoiler alert, Uno's a
But
badass
two
mother
roads to
effer.
the drawbridge. There are dark friends inside our walls. We need to send our entire force to support the men in the Gap's fortress.
The gap won't hold.
I'll ready my personal guard and move to the fortress. You know what you need to do.
I always love seeing a leader who's willing to put himself on the line for his people.
The gap will not hold.
That's really cool set design.
This is it, isn't it? I know this place.
Should.
You said that whoever goes with the dragon to the Eye of the World will die there. Does that include you? Stay.
I like how you can see the little bit of fear on Moraine's face as she's fighting back. Because in a world where men are tainted by using the one power, and considering how incredibly powerful the dragon is, she must be going out of her mind with fear. Like,
Do you remember the first time
her
Father let
subconscious.
us help him with his armor?
That's cool armor.
1,000 Trollocs in the Gap. Seemed like there was no chance he would stop them.
That armor kept him safe through hundreds of battles. And his father through hundreds more. And his father...
I need my armor today, not theirs.
Dude, she keeps trying to kind of tell you stuff that might help you survive.
You should stay in the city. The gap cannot hold against that force. It simply cannot.
The men will hold the Gap. And if we cannot, the women will hold the city. The Dark One is waking. Tarman Gaiden is here. The last battle.
Nice little play on Armageddon.
But it is not ours to win, you and I. We will slow his forces as much as we can, while our messengers fly in every direction with a light speed at their heels. Let us hope we buy the women and men of this world enough time to stand a fighting chance.
I will not let our city fall.
Seriously, man, you guys are real ones, man. Your weapons. You will not need them.
What was this place?
We have no idea. You said you remember this place. What do you remember?
The pieces don't fit together. It's like a puzzle.
That was a symbol.
This symbol. The eye.
They have forgotten so much. Not just him, all of them. White Flame and Dragon's Fang. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's a cool way of doing this.
Be quiet.
You finished already?
What? Finished?
With the lantern? You know Matt's never going to find time to make a proper one for Joya, no matter how many times he says he will.
Cute kid.
I'll finish it. She'll only walk for you anyway. And it's a beautiful day.
Oh, you're so cute! I just want to grab those little cheeks. Another thing I like about this is that they're showing how it's not just like, you know, the stereotype of women wanting children really badly.
What did you think would happen?
Note how effortless that was for him.
They're going to close the gates and then we're trapped in here.
You can't just leave them.
What is it?
They are calling for all women who can channel to help defend the city.
I left the two rivers to bring the four of you home. I've already lost Matt and Rand. I can't lose you two.
Things are bigger than you.
Let them buy
You two are
every
very
step they
powerful.
take with blood.
Hey, lady fade. Not really sure if the books ever told us whether they were both male and female. Not really something I ever thought about, but that's right now. It makes sense that they would have female fades. You guys need to pour some hot oil down there. Oh, so they're gonna put the channelers out as the forward guard.
Moraine's too. I shouldn't be surprised.
We're no one's but our own.
Oh, naive. Why does this feel like a two-parter? I feel like I'm about to get a
While
cliffhanger.
everyone else is willing to fight. I'm standing. You must.
Bullshit! All of it! The way of the leaf! What are we supposed to do? Just watch our friends die!
What can we do? In my own experience, if you want to help, but don't know how, all you need to do is ask.
Do you remember when we were little? We packed a bag and said we were running away. I don't even remember why. Something your mum had said. But it was just you and me. We got as far as the waterwood. But it started raining, it was getting dark, and we stopped. And we spent the night there. Under a little tree. And in the morning, we weren't as mad as we'd been before, so we went back home. But before we left, we carved something into that tree. Do you remember what it was?
I like the only person who never like tried to run away from home as a kid. Or the movies just make it seem way more common than it really is.
Our place. For this life. And the next. Forever.
It's you.
Yeah, she's good at standing still. Oh wait, no,
See?
they did it digitally.
It is her. Or a version of what could be her.
hair's still moving, so she's actually standing still. They froze the baby
I wonder
digitally.
what he'll choose. Light or dark?
You didn't think I'd come here without knowing what I was walking into, did you? We both know you can't escape this place without his help. And if he doesn't choose the light, I'll choose for him.
Seriously, this feels like a cliffhanger ending. They keep doing it over and over again.
I said we were not to be disturbed. Glory to the builders.
What can we do?
Thinking about how the Aes Sedai of old could have handled this easily. I'm not sure about the current one.
How do I make it real?
Man, pinned to the wall, he's still like, fuck you, I'm not giving up.
Simple. More simple than you could imagine.
Kingfisher flashes above the pond.
Who gave you those words?
Nothing can match the speed of a fade. Except waters.
There it is.
What is it?
The horn of bloody Valir, lad.
To be blown at the last battle. It's called the Patton's greatest heroes to stand at our side.
Well, then let's hurry up and get it.
We're not going to use it. It's for the dragon. Without it, they won't stand a chance.
Linking. Come on, 90s.
By the light. The power.
Be careful, 90. You've got enough strength that it might burn you out. Rain's no slouch either, guys. Now witness the firepower of these fully armed and operational female channelers.
Hey, stop!
What is it?
Look into her eyes and empty yourself of everything. Of anger, of fear, of sadness. Turn it all into want. Want that little girl so much. She simply is.
Jesus Christ, can you imagine being that strong? Notice that there's no darkness.
Everything inside you. Let the power flow through you like you're an open sieve.
Good.
Don't fight it.
Let the hate flow through you. Oh, here it comes.
Well, he's channeling. You don't even know what he's channeling to do. To break my chains or to strengthen them.
War. Nice touch with design continuity.
Make her yours. She already was. She already is.
Protect Fal Dara, the city that has never fallen.
Oh, fuck. Now that's some fucking channeling. She got burned out. You'll always be in awe of what he can do.
What are you doing?
No. You can remake the world in your image, boy. Make it what you want.
That's not the woman I love.
That's really cool. Damn, my friend.
I did it.
We stopped them! I can't let go! Lady! I'm burning! You have to stop! I can feel the whole world. That wraith, wrath, and gust, and stone, and life.
You have to let it go. Can't handle that much power.
To be a woman is to be always alone. And never alone.
No, Nadine, what are you doing?
Feel your braid. And know that we all stood before you.
No.
We all stand with you.
No! Nadine!
Do you think it's a coincidence that I came to the two rivers every bell time? You're Taviran. All five of you focal points for the wheel. Usually there's only one, maybe two in a generation, but five of you in one village. That's what Moraine saw. What my lord saw. That's why we sent the Trollocs, not to kill you.
We are making some changes.
To bring you to him. We need the dark. We need balance. Balance means that you will turn to the shadow, some of you. Maybe all of you.
Tell them I died here. Tell them I didn't make it back.
I cannot lie.
You'll work out a way. You owe me that much.
Where will you go?
Goodbye, Moraine.
Today isn't the end. It's the beginning. Ran may be the dragon, but all five of you have a part to play.
Wendy,
You're alive. Where's Rand?
Gone.
He's gone. Let me back in. I can't. The Dark One. He... I can't touch the swords.
and making choices. I never imagined the burnout from taking too much of the power to be literal. And no, I'm pretty sure she did not just undo death, guys. That's should still be a limit in the universe. It's like Miracle Max and Princess Bride. Very nearly dead is not the same as dead. Almost dead also means very slightly alive. I know where you're going.
It's Coendia.
I thought that Heartstone couldn't be scratched. That nothing, not even the one power, could break it.
So did I.
What does it mean?
That this wasn't the last battle.
You guys are screwed.
I fear it was the first.
Uh-oh. Far Western Shore, you say? I'm guessing this is just going to be a little tease. Yep. Wow. Yep. Wow. Well, holy fuck balls. That was a hell of a finale. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything. At least I'll do my very best not to, but I will say they made a lot of changes from the source material. I am definitely in the camp that calls this a different turn of the wheel, especially at this point. It's clearly a remix of things that happen in the book. So they're going the same places, but getting there in different ways and changing some stuff along the way. Some of the stuff that happened, I think isn't meant to be permanent in this episode, but we'll see. Some of the more shocking moments. You may have read my face in certain scenes and can figure it out, but like I think some of those will turn out to be kind of fake outs later. But we'll see. I don't know how bold the show's gonna be when it comes to long-term changes. But they made a few changes that have massive implications for, again, not changing where things ultimately end up, I don't think, but like changing significantly the arc of how we get to the major story beats that are coming down the line. It was really cool getting the Horn of Valir set up. Really interesting seeing Padden Fane again and getting more of a feel for exactly where he is in this sort of service of the Dark One, and also just how high up he appears to be. I'm still curious as to whether he will turn out to be a combination of book Padden Fane and another character from the book that I can't talk about yet. I have a feeling he will be, but I'm also a little doubtful at the moment because his confrontation with Perrin would have been the perfect time to actually reveal that, if that's where they were going. So, still not sure. but I think I'm still on balance leaning a little bit towards him being combined with a specific, with one of a few specific book characters. I agree with some people who had seen some of the stills and everything of Matt arriving at Tar Valon, that it does look like they just reused earlier footage they had of Barney Harris from before he left the show. But hey, you use what you got, and I think they did a pretty decent job of compositing it in, if that's the case. May have actually just reused the very shot of him entering the city completely, so all they had to do was color grade it different, which is really smart if that's what they did, because most people aren't really going to notice it. It'll feel a little familiar, but they won't know why. We got a brilliant demonstration of what the One Power can do in combat, with several linked women. And think about this for a second. You know, only one of them was reasonably well trained, and even then not trained up completely to be a full sister because she wasn't strong enough. So imagine what full Aes Sedai, who have years of experience as full sisters in a group, can do on the battlefield. And we saw a little bit of that with the Green Aja fighting Logain's forces and with the King of Gildan and everything. But imagine like taking that up a notch, especially considering how strong Nynaeve and Egwene are. Fascinating stuff. The Fal Darans went out like bosses, like absolute bosses. They clearly had a lot of commitment to their role in the world, to putting their lives on the line to protect everyone else, and I respect the hell out of that. It's you know, I always say you never really know how you'll react until the moment comes, whether or not you'll run, freeze, fight, whatever. But like, it's an entirely even different thing where you know it's coming in advance, and you have to make that decision. You know, your body will choose for you in the heat of the moment, but having to decide long term in advance that, yeah, I'm gonna go to this place knowing that I am absolutely not making it back. That's seriously so much respect. The Shinarans and Fal Darans are amazing people. Or I guess I should say, well, no, are, because the channelers were able to hold the line, so the city itself did not fall, just the fortress at the gap. So yeah, I'll still talk about them in the present tense. The biggest thing I think going forward that I can think of at the moment, aside from Rand going off to points unknown after apparently defeating the Dark One, is Moiraine effectively being stilled. That, with, you know, again, I'm not going to get into future plot points, but like I will say, because I don't think this really spoils anything, but that definitely hadn't happened in the book. She was not stilled during this particular confrontation. So that is very fascinating, and my brain is running around in circles, plotting out possible story threads from this point, like where they might be, what type of drama they're trying to go for, but with that decision. The other big thing, well, no, I can't talk about that, but like certain people got stabbed that I was surprised to see get stabbed. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, guys, I don't want to talk too much more because I'm going to end up getting into spoilers. I know it. I'm trying very hard not to spoil any of you guys who are only, you know, watchers of the show. But let me know what you guys thought. I thought, even with the changes, I thought this was a brilliant final episode. I loved getting to see the previous civilization and everything. I did not expect them to reveal that nearly this early. We don't get to see any of that, I don't think, until the 4th book, I think. So that was amazing, actually seeing what the world had been before. Like I said, that was a moment that really just made my jaw drop when I was reading it, and seeing it had pretty much the same exact effect, and I was awed by it. And I want to know what you guys thought of that and everything else that happened in this episode. I will see you in the comments. You be safe, be well. Remember, book readers, use the spoiler tags and spaces so that we don't ruin things for the non-readers. And also remember that I have not read Lord of Chaos and Onward yet, so try to be mindful of that for me as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.